I'm Hoshi.
I'm Gloria.
And this is
Climate 101! Yay! This course is about our carbon footprint on Riverside.
Alright guys, welcome to Climate 101 as you can see. And today we're going to be discussing about the different biomes that California consists of. As you can see, we drew it out on the map and we color coordinated all of the biomes. And Gloria's going to explain to us. Hi guys, so we're going to talk about the 4 different biomes. And to begin, we have conifer, which is right along here. We have the mix right here, which is a mixture of the conifer and the hardwood. And then we have the hardwood right here, which is the third one. And the last one is the desert, which is right here, which is the non-forested. And right here we have the sage scrub. And this is where we are. We're going to focus on the Riverside today, which is right here. So this is going to be our focal point today. Before UC Riverside was here, this used to be a huge citrus farm. And it was a carbon sink. But now that there's UC Riverside, there's no more carbon sink. And they decided to eliminate the citrus farm here where you see Riverside stands is because there is an increase in demand for education. And since there's an increase in demand in education, they had to build more schools, which ended up leading to the death of the citrus farms. About the impact that we have had on the environment. First and foremost, UCR has thousands of students, and of course they have to feed them. And one of the main things that we consume is beef. And beef comes from cows, which of course produce methane from their manure. Another human impact is cars, as you can see in the picture. UCR is filled with cars. There are more cars than there are students because the parking lots are just overwhelmed. Cars emit CO2. With more cars out, there's going to be a higher CO2, and since us being here caused the elimination of the huge CO2 sink, which is the citrus farm, there's pretty much nothing that would help take in all of the CO2 that's emitted from the cars, causing it to go up into the air that's small. Big buildings in ECR, most of them are made of cement, which unfortunately emits. There you go, that's the bell tower and their Vera library, which unfortunately emits CO2 into the atmosphere. And so with the production and the creation of cement and the building of all these wonderful buildings, we're producing a lot of CO2 that is going on top of the cars that are... There is an impact because basically we are on Coyote territory since we decided to build all of these buildings and everything around it. Being in Kyallo territory causes there to be a decrease in their population since there's a lack of food supply for them. By eliminating the coyotes, which would mean that there'd be an upspree and rats and rabbits and other rodents that eat the grass, and then that would further eliminate the grass. That's why we need to be precautious also about the animals that are here in our environment because they too play a huge role in nature. That is our human impact. UCR is going green! Yeah. Alright, so we're going to start off. UCR is starting to become really big on recycling. Outside in the quad, if you were to go walking around, next to every single trash can that's there, they have a recycling thing. It's not like they're forcing us to recycle, but they're giving us an incentive to recycle. And us being high educated students should take that as an advantage. Because not all schools have that opportunity of having recyclable things and their trash can throw away their trash. Also, UCR promotes it by having special events such as that's happening, I believe this Thursday, which is the Wine Brothers are performing. She got 2 tickets. And to go perform, they encourage you to recycle a number amount of recyclable materials so you can get a discount, which is another incentive which helps students want to recycle because they get a benefit out of it. Another awesome thing that UCR is doing, since we do consume a lot of beef and a lot of meat, they're having Meatless Friday. So in the dining halls, every Friday we're going to have a day where it's all vegetables and it's all fresh food and there's no meat, which is a way of reducing the amount of CO2 that we emit into the air, as well as saving a lot of water, because it takes a lot of water to produce beef.
UCR is also becoming bigger on water conservation. They decided to change all the showers in the dorms and make it more water efficient, so it wastes less water when you take a shower. Also, if you go outside and you walk around, you see that there's pipelines that give water directly to the trees, so they're not watering unnecessary amounts of land, and they're saving water by watering just the tree itself.
And also, UCR is challenging its students to save food the food waste reduction challenge. So when you go up and you get your food, they're challenging us to get smaller portions so that we can finish and waste less food. Also, that we can go ahead and sample different things to see what we like, that way we don't get a whole bunch of food and then just leave it there. So each day they keep track of how much food we're consuming and what's going to the waste, which is a way of challenging us as students to waste less food.
UCR is also helping us as students reduce CO2 because we are huge contributors to CO2 since we are driving everywhere, going to go get lunch, going out with friends and everything. So they offer free buses to all UCR students, so you just hop on the bus, scan your little ID, and you're free ride wherever you want to. They also offer trolley rides, which would take you just around here around school. Like say you live at the university towers and you wake up and you're too lazy to walk, hop on the thing, instead of taking your car, get a free ride to school, and you're there. Also, van pools for the people who go back home, like Victorville, like Paris, all these little cities around Riverside. You take the van pool, which is free. All you have to do is call up an appointment, say, hey, I'm going to Victorville this weekend, and they'll come pick you up, and it's a free ride. So instead of just you driving, you're actually carpooling to different locations, which is ultimately reducing CO2 emissions, which makes everything better.
Last but not least, UCR is also encouraging us to preserve our environment and help our environment by doing compost. So when you go to the hub, all the materials are made of recyclables, the napkins, the straws, the plates, and then when you're done, you can just throw them in the compost bin and they get.
Alright guys, so this was the end to Climate 101.
Thank you for joining us. I hope you had a wonderful